Keeping track of expenses assets such as laptops, computers, and the associated peripherals such as monitors or keyboards, as well as things like mobile phones, becomes increasingly difficult as the scale of business operation increases. This can represent a huge cost of the business if the employees leave without returning the assets assigned to them. Asset management may have been enabled for you during your implementation phase. If not, you can enable it by going to Administration, Company, Settings, and then Display Settings. In the Display Settings module display, make sure that you have ticked the Asset Management option to enable it, or uncheck to disable it. Now, before we can assign assets to employees, we must first look at how to create asset categories. You can do this by creating on Administration, Company, Settings, Assets, and then Asset Categories. Here you can see any asset categories that has already been created. Examples of asset categories could be things like computing, communications, and etc. Now to add a new asset category, you can click on the Add button. Here we can give the asset category a name, which in this case is security. We can add this asset category to an existing parent category. But in this case, we'll make this the parent category. Select Yes to make this new category visible in the asset category list. And when we're done, we click on Submit to finish. So now we can see the new security category listed here along with the computing and communication asset category types that we have previously added. Now that we have created our asset categories, we can move on and create our asset types. We can do this by going to Administration, Company, Settings, Assets, and then Asset Types. Here is a list of asset types that have already been created. You can see that iPhone type is listed in the Communications category, and Monitor with the Computing category. So now, let's add a new asset type by clicking on Add. We'll enter Computer Security as the asset type name. Add a description if required. And from the category list, we'll have to select Security. And then when we're done, we click on Submit to finish. So now that we have created our asset categories and asset types, we're now ready to add actual assets into the system. We'll look at adding and uploading assets in the next part of this course.